Hey folks, Jeff Gibney here from Prairie Steel Products out of Clavet, Saskatchewan. Today I'm here to talk to you about our Screwpile base tube system. You might have seen our previous video on the Screwpiles and base tube, but hopefully this one's going to answer a few more questions for you. This system is designed to be used instead of concrete. It's quicker, more efficient, and more affordable to do than a concrete base and grade beam. This system can be used for either cold storage buildings or heated shops, or shops that you want to pour a floor in down the road or in the future. Beside me is the machine used to put the screw piles into the ground. This machine is capable of putting up to 30-foot deep piles into the ground, 20,000 to 30,000 psi. Our average screw pile requires anywhere between 25 and 15,000 psi, but there are times where we do need to go up to 30,000 pounds. So here is the screw pile driver head. This is what goes onto the excavator, and the screw pile slides into here. Then a couple of pins secure the screw pile to the head, and then it is drilled into the ground. Once it reaches the required depth and torque, these pins can be removed. The head releases off of the screw pile, and it's good to go. So here I am standing in front of an almost finished base tube. They're just putting the final touches on it, as you can see in the background. Now you might ask yourself, how did we finally get to this stage? So let's recap. Step one, you want to scrape your ground down and get it relatively level and cleared off, as you can see this pad is in the background. The next step is they come in and measure everything and determine where you want your building located, get it all measured out, square it up, and determine where the screw piles are required to go as per our blueprint. The next step is the guys put the screw pile into the machine and they drive them into the ground to the required depth and torque. Once they achieve that, they can remove the screw pile from the driver head, lift the driver head off, and it's good to go. The next step after that is they come in and they cut the screw pile down to the required height so that they're all relatively within level of each other. The following step is they come in and put what's called a pile cap in it. Determine the height that that pile cap needs to be inside the pile, mark it, they take the pile cap, flip it upside down, put it onto the plate, and weld it all the way around. The reason for this is just so that they don't have to do a vertical weld. The following step is they take the pile cap, insert it into the screw pile, determine the height it needs to be, and then tack it in. Once all the pile caps are in and they're set to the required height, then they weld them all in permanently. Once the pile caps are welded in permanently, the last step is to put the base tube down, square it up, make sure everything's in the right location, and then they weld the base tube down. Once the base tube is welded down, your screw pile base tube system is complete. So this concludes our screw pile base tube video. Hopefully this has answered all your questions. If you have any other questions, feel free to give me a call, Jeff Gibney at Prairie Steel, 1-888-398-7150.